What's going on, and happy new comic book day for everybody that celebrates. This is James Boyce from the Faqs Project, and it is November 5th, and we are here to talk about some titles that are dropping today. First off, Oni Press is dropping with a brand new logo, Crownsville issue 1. If you want to hear about a psychiatric hospital, a paranormal activity in the Jim Crow South based in Annapolis, author Rodney actually is telling a historical fiction, real life details of some of the ghost stories that he used to hear about this psychiatric hospital where his grandmother actually used to work. And I got a chance to speak with him on the Faqs Project podcast about this particular book. And it is fascinating, and it is the start of one of his great horror realm detailed books. If you love Philadelphia, if you love Batman Dark Moon, if you love 30 Days of Night that he is doing just recently, this seems to be another one of those bangers that you want there for your horror collection. Secondly, we have the next issue in the volume for Assorted Crisis Events. Now, as you can see, I got the trade paperback. That is issues 1 through 5. Issue 6 is now the continuation going into the second volume of the series. Deniz and Zawadzki have a banger on their hands. Each of these stories, of course, reads like an anthology. They are basically bloomed in detail as to so many different happenings in everyday life, all built over one cataclysmic event. And I gotta say that when you're looking into these particular stories, especially with the anthologies, and you're understanding that each one of these stories are very vastly different, but the connection to them is otherworldly. Speaking of such, this is now with Mad Cave Studios, Vanishing Point by Mark Russell. This is the end of this sci-fi anthology series who I've talked about in vast detail. As a matter of fact, I had Mark Russell and Jock when we discussed issue 4, and we are now in issue 6, and this is the end of this particular series. Mad Cave Studios is also dropping the end of another series, Bytchcraft, which is a tribute to Aaron Reese, and this particular story and how it's basically ending with the demise of Mother. These 3 witches of this coven are looking to get their lick back by Eve Morningstar basically trying to drive this entire realm into darkness, and understanding how this coven is basically going to defeat her is the overwhelming succeeding tribute to Aaron Reese. And I hope that people get a chance to read this book. Also as well for DC Comics, DC Knightfight. This is of course a continuation of the DC KO series that came out last month, and obviously can't wait to see that as well. So those are my picks. If you want to get out there and get a lot of creator-owned comics out there, obviously you can watch us here on the Faqs Project, to where we'll be talking about more in the future. We will see you guys next time.